Senate Republicans on Thursday pushed ahead on a sweeping revamp of the nation's tax code, with Majority Leader Mitch McConnell expressing confidence of final passage by week's end and a key Republican getting on board. Photo, Jose Luis Magaña/AP. Washington Senate Republicans weighed scaling back the tax cuts in their massive package to secure crucial support as congressional analysts said Thursday the legislation would add $1 trillion to the nation's debt over the next decade. Republicans were making major changes to the bill up to the last minute, including one that would roll back some of the tax cuts after 6 years to appease deficit hawks. The first revamp of the tax code in 3 decades, a top political priority of President Donald Trump, would affect nearly every American and business. The scramble to alter the bill came after senators said the chamber's parliamentarian had ruled that automatic triggers designed to guard against big deficits would violate Senate rules. GOP leaders' main concern was winning over lawmakers, including Sens. Bob Corker of Tennessee and Jeff Flake of Arizona, concerned about adding more red ink to the deficit. GOP leaders also were struggling to placate Wisconsin Sen. Ron Johnson, who wanted an increase in the deduction for business income. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, of Kentucky, had expressed confidence early in the day, but he has little margin for error with a 52-48 majority. He can afford to lose 2 votes while counting on Vice President Mike Pence to break the tie. Sen. John Cornyn, of Texas, said the bill will have alternative, frankly, tax increases we don't want to do to deal with deficit concerns. Flake said the tax increases would raise about $350 billion over 10 years, though he didn't specify which taxes would go up. Forced to rewrite the bill behind closed doors, Republican hopes of passing the bill late Thursday slipped to Friday. In a dramatic turn, Democrats forced a vote on whether to return the measure to the Senate Finance Committee so it could be rewritten to ensure smaller deficits. They nearly prevailed in derailing the measure as Corker, Flake, and Ron Johnson of Wisconsin held out for just over an hour, repeatedly cajoled by their colleagues. They eventually joined fellow Republicans to scuttle the Democratic proposal. Corker has been pushing to add automatic tax increases in future years if the package doesn't raise as much revenue as projected. With the provision seemingly dead, Corker said senators would change the bill to roll back some of the tax cuts in future years, regardless of whether tax revenues meet expectations. Flake said the tax increases would take effect after 6 years. The overall legislation would slash the corporate tax rate, offer more modest cuts for families and individuals, and eliminate several popular deductions. Lawmakers will then try to reconcile the Senate bill with one passed by the House in the hope of delivering a major legislative accomplishment to Trump by Christmas. Republicans have cast passage of a tax overhaul as a political imperative to ensure they hold their House and Senate majorities in next year's midterm elections.